Hello, Wonder VAs! Good afternoon and welcome to our free webinar brought to you by VAME Philippines. Magandang hapon po at mag-heart-heart naman kayo dyan. And if you're new here, my name is Blessy. I'm one of the social media managers here at VAME Philippines and I'm with my beautiful co-host for today, my partner, the operations manager of VAME Philippines, Ma'am Glenna.
Hello, isang maulan na tanghali sa inyong lahat, mga ka-Wonder VAs. Kamusta ka, Blessy? Another week for us?
Yes, another week, another webinar na naman.
Yes, another new learnings for our aspiring virtual assistants.
Agree, yes. Ang dami na naman tayong matututunan. At kita nyo naman sa screen namin, no? Kung ano yung pag-uusapan natin today. Napakagandang topic. And ang ulan nga ngayon, ma'am. Sa inyo din pala.
Oo, kala ko nga walang pasok mga estudyante, pero ayun, mas.
Oo. Ang lamig, ang lamig. Pero ang mga Wonder VAs natin, pinili pa rin na umattend ng webinar natin for today kahit na maulan, kahit
Of
na Friday
course.
ngayon, maraming ganap. Pero they choose na makinig at matuto for
Ba
today.
naman, syempre, gusto libre natin na libre natin ito may bibigay sa kanila. So, sino
Yes.
hindi?
Tama. Kaya, guys, let's take this opportunity and if you want to invite more, may mga kakilala ka na sa tingin mo ay makakatulong sa kanya tong webinar na to, ay i-forward mo yung link. Okay lang yan, i-invite mo yung mga colleagues mo, yung friends mo, your families, na gustong matuto about medical virtual assistant dahil napakaganda na tong pag-uusapan natin at for free, 'di ba? With free
Yeah.
learnings, free certificate. Actually, may pag-games pa nga tayo mamaya. Ayan. So, wag na nating patagalin, Miss Glenna. Simulan natin to with the house rules.
Of course. Share ko lang ang aking screen. So everyone, welcome again dito sa ating free webinar. And sa mga bago, ito po ang ating house rule. Bless, you can see my screen but not me.
Yes.
Alright? Shine na naman yung camera ko, sorry.
Oo nga eh.
Lang. All right, house rules for everyone. Please, no bashing or harsh words. Let's use kind words, of course. And number two, please use the Q&A tab for questions dahil ang inyong chat box ay naka-disable. This is for the panelists for us to send announcement and links only. Diyan po kami magsisend mamaya at the very end na link for the attendance. Okay? So wala mo na magtatanong where is the attendance link. Please focus on listening to our speaker. And then number four, please use your real name on Zoom. Why? Because kapag mag-chat po kayo dyan, tas anonymous attendee, medyo parang hindi nyo sure kung yung question nyo na yung masasagot during the Q&A session. And of course, it is very important para sa ating palarong mamaya. Wala pong anonymous attendee na nananalo dahil syempre po, verified GCash po dapat ang mamaya ibibigay nyo. Okay? So, sa mga anonymous attendee pa din dyan, paano mag-rename? Ilabas lang po muna ng Zoom and before you enter this link, please make sure to rename. Okay? Number five, please stay until the end of this session for the attendance link. And yan po yung free certificate wherein dyan po kami magbe-base kung gaano katagal yung duration na in-stay nyo dito and then kung talagang umattend kayo. Pero dun sa may mga problem mamaya sa pag-click ng link, abangan ninyo kung paano kayo makakakuha ng free certificate, okay? And lastly, this session is recorded, so don't worry sa mga latecomers, and then sa mga gustong mag-replay, and gusto pang manood ng mga previous free webinars namin, this is posted on our YouTube. Just follow us on our social. Sa YouTube, every Wednesday po natin siya pinopost by yours truly, Blessy. Okay? So that's all. Hope you listen and enjoy learning. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Thank you, Miss Glenna. Ayan guys ha, sa mga nakikinig dyan, hindi na magtatanong, may free certificate po ba?
Natatanong lang sa chat. Anonymous Attendee, shout out sa'yo. Buti na ang pangalan. May free certificate pa ba ito? Makababanggit lang.
Ayan, ugaliin po nating makinig at magbasa palagi. Ayan. Thank you so much po, Miss Glenna, for the house rules. And i-welcome naman natin ngayon yung mga first-timers. Meron ba dito mga first-time umattend? As in, now lang nila nalaman na may ganito pala. Mag-react naman dyan ng heart. Reaction ng heart dyan sa may baba. Meron dyan react. Tapos click yung puso. First time mo umattend. Uy, ang dami pa din, ma'am. Oh. May mga
Welcome sa inyo.
ang dami pa rin. Welcome,
Mga
welcome.
na-invite siguro yan ng mga previous natin or mga suki. Yan.
Oo nga, hello.
Maan sa feed nila ang ating pa-post na this is our topic for our next webinar.
Yes, welcome guys. At sana hindi ito yung first, lagi ko to sinasabi, sana hindi ito yung first attend mo, hindi rin ito yung last.
Mm.
Sana ito yung simula nung maging journey mo as a virtual assistant. So sana lagi namin kayo makasama every week hanggang sa matutunan nyo na kung ano ba talaga yung pagiging VA at mapili nyo na kung ano ba talaga yung niche
Tama.
or yung gusto ng puso nyo na field as a virtual assistant. Kasi iba-iba yan, di ba ma'am? So
Yes.
ngayon, ang pag-usapan natin is medical VA. And now, I want to, ano naman, buhayin yung, yung chat box, ma'am. Pwede ba
Yes.
mag-chat sila kung nasan sila ngayon? Kung saan po kayo nanonood ngayon? Paki-chat dyan sa Q&A tab. Ay, third time na pala ni Mia Montinola. Welcome again. Third time na nyo. Uy, ma'am, oh, may mga taga Santa Mesa, Batangas, Cebu, taga Makati. Uy, taga Bulacan. Hello, hello.
Video. Abu Dhabi, si
Ay,
Cristel. Hello.
wow, hello po. Welcome. Anong oras na doon? Magkaiba ba yun, yung oras natin sa
May
kanila?
different. Pampanga.
New Zealand! Wow! Welcome po.
O
Welcome.
parang dati na sumagot din to si Mary Grace Melchor. Sa parang
Oo nga.
Facebook pa yata siya nag-comment. No?
Santa Maria, Bulacan. Uy, mga kababayan ko to ah. Ano?
Alexa, fourth time ko na po. Ah,
Hmm. Welcome, Bicol, Davao, Negros Occidental. Quezon City. Wow. Thank you so much po sa mga comments nyo. Thank you. And again, welcome everyone sa ating free webinar for today. At alam ko namang sobrang excited nyo na. Kaya i-introduce na natin agad yung guest speaker natin for today. Alam ko gustong-gusto nyo na matuto sa kanya. At as we all know, di ba, healthcare continues to expand in the digital space ngayon. That's why ito yung reason but ito din yung topic natin for today. And with that comes the increasing demand for skills medical VAs who can provide essential support to doctors, sa mga clinics and patients worldwide. So to give us deeper insights into this important role, we are joined by a special guest, guys, who has valuable knowledge and experience to share with us. So guys, yung guest speaker natin for today ay hindi siya magbubukas ng camera at hindi rin siya magbubukas ng microphone hanggat hindi nyo siya nire-reacta ng heart, ng wow, ng applause at ng celebrate dyan sa react button. So please join me in welcoming our speaker for today, Miss Raquel. Hello, Coach.
Miss Raquel. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Pa-open ang ating camera para makita natin yan.
Hi, good
Morning ba?
afternoon, everyone. I'm Raquel, and welcome sa webinar natin today, Launch Your Career as a Medical VA. So, thankful ako to Miss Bless and Miss Glenn for inviting me today and to share to you guys about medical VA, especially doon sa mga tao na first time makarinig na um, meron palang mga in-demand na medical VA jobs available sa industry. Okay, so yes, I am Raquel. Online name ko is Arkel. Medyo arte-arte sa online. Meron tayong dual persona, 'di ba, pag when we're working online. So, I'm excited because I know many of you are facing some real challenges, right? So, before we start, I'd like to ask muna if meron bang mga licensed nurse who are currently unemployed or underemployed. Can you please type nurse? Ayan, para malaman natin kung ilan ang mga nurses na nanonood ngayon. Meron ba? Let's see. Okay, meron tayong isa from anonymous attendee. Okay, isa lang meron. Next naman, if you are a nursing student who had stopped schooling, because you still need to earn money for tuition, please type student. Kasi alam naman natin, marami tayong mga nursing students na hindi pa nakapagtapos ng nursing school because it's a little bit expensive, right? And then, okay, so we will know kung sino yung majority of our audience today. How about you're an existing freelancer? If you are already working online but you want to move into a higher paying or more stable industry, please type freelancer. Or ako lang ba hindi nakakakita?
Nas
Meron tayong chemist. Ayun, kailangan ko palang i-scroll down. Akala ko kusa siyang mag-scroll up. Okay, may mga student tayo here, freelancer. I'm interested in medical VA. So guys, if there's a client looking for VA, I'm interested. Okay. Pharmacist. Ay, bongga. Physical therapy with background po sa general VA. Yes, okay, that's good to know. So perfect. Because no matter which category you're in today, whether you're a nurse, a freelancer, or a student, I'm going to show you how to work as a medical virtual assistant. So, yung iba naman, they're working as a general VA, but they want to upgrade because if you do a research, much higher ang pay if you are going to work in the medical field. Okay, so just a quick background, okay, of myself and how I started. Can you see the presentation po ba? Just making sure that you can see the slide. Is
yes.
it clear po ba? Okay, yes. I move na lang natin muna ang control here. So I'm a registered nurse, pero I've been inactive for 14 years in practice, but I've been working as an online professional since 2016. So as someone who was not tech savvy back in 2016, the only skill I had was my knowledge of speaking English. So yun lang talaga yung baon ko. I remember way back in college, I will hire someone to do the encoding for me. Kasi ang alam ko lang naman is to turn on and off the computer. Kasi in my time, pag nasira mo yung computer, di ba totally sira na siya? Unlike ngayon, you can easily just troubleshoot your computer pag may mga issue. So during that time, I'm very hesitant to touch anything computer kasi nga mahal yung mga computers before. So that's why my first online career was an ESL teacher kasi yun yung patok that time, especially if your only skill that time is you just know how to speak in English. Then once I gradually gained skills, I explored digital marketing, and since then I've been working as an ESL teacher and also as a VA, a social media manager slash graphic designer side by side. Oh, anything as long as I get to continue my work as an online professional. Kasi sa isip ko, working online is the only work that fits my lifestyle because during that time, I still have small kids. So sabi ko, ang plan ko that time was to work as a nurse, but then I realized whenever I leave the house, the kids are asleep, and whenever I go home, tulog na rin yung mga kids. So parang sabi ko, it's a little bit difficult because I want to be a career woman, char, at the same time, be a present mom. So it wasn't working for me. So I was so happy to know that time na meron palang mga online opportunities. I didn't know back then. Sa kakascroll ko siguro, meron lumalabas sa feed ko like work from home job opportunity. So na-curious ako. So um I came across of the idea of working as a medical VA. I mean, I only learned about it maybe 2 years ago. So I was surprised that there's actually that kind of a job or opportunity because before it was more about the e-commerce. Huwag niyo na tanungin yung yung age ko, guys, kung lagi kong binabanggit ang before or during my time. So during my time when I started, ang pinaka popular that time was it's either you work as an ESL teacher, e-commerce, social media management, and then yung mga VA roles are exclusive for real estate. Naabutan ko pa si I forgot yung pinaka first na hindi pa uso si Upwork or si online jobs that time. Just in case ma-remember nyo, Miss Glenn, pa-type na lang. Odesk? Was it Odesk? Yeah, I think it's Odesk. So, ganun na siya ka yun, Odes. Thank you, Miss Karen and Miss Rohaira. So, di ba sa Odes, usually ang mga VAs doon, pang real estate lang siya. So, yun yung mga time na, ayun yung mga niches or industries uso during my time. So, the reason I tried to work as an HVA or healthcare virtual assistants, that's HVA, was because during that time, I was pressured by my family to migrate to US kasi ako na lang yung maiiwan here in the Philippines. So, and I was also told that it would be a waste of my license kasi nga, 'di ba, pinaghirapan mo siya ng ilang years. And then suddenly, yung term nila was magwo-work ka lang online. Way back, people think that it's a waste of degree if you work, in front of your computer, diba? It's not something that you can be proud of. But then people miss the point that you are still working professionally in a different setup, right? Kasi sa kanila, during our time, hindi pa open yung idea of, working in front of the computer. So I was told that um, while waiting na lang to review for NCLEX, why not give it a try to work as an HVA? So what I did was I attended paid online courses and trainings because upon my research, I realized na HVA work siya, just similar to virtual assistant, pero may specialty siya. Okay, may specialty siya. So I attended paid online courses, mga trainings, and that's where I started. I was also convinced to stick to it because after pandemic, nagkaroon ng rise ng mga work from home VAs. And during that time, I felt like the industry kung saan yung mga pinili kong niche like social media management, etc., medyo nagiging saturated na siya, 'di ba? Tapos um, dumating pa yung mga AIs, right? So maraming maraming changes during that time. Then it came to me na while I was exploring about the medical industry, na-realize ko na, ay, part pala siya ng green list. So, pag sinabi mong green list, ibig sabihin, hindi siya nawawala sa top list of in-demand jobs. So, fast forward to today, sabi ko, since nasa green list naman siya, I decided to stay na lang muna. Kasi dati when I started working as a VA, sabi ko, will it sustain me ba? Kasi nga, may mga instances nawawalan ka ng clients all of a sudden. Or minsan yung mga contract mo nag-e-end lang siya after 6 months, 3 months, or a year. So it's unstable, right? And then if we compare our job, yung mga benefits that we get if we work in a company versus working online, wala tayong mga benefits and all. We provide it to ourselves. So during that time, I said na I have to make it work. And that's the reason why even if I am already working, I never stop upskilling. Kasi yung skills naman, guys, is lagi yan siya, yung mga tools na ginagamit natin, di ba? May mga changes yan, lagi sila nag-upgrade. So you have to constantly learn the tools and adapt. So praise God. Okay, I've been working since 2016. Medyo matagal na ako rin sa industry. So, for those people who are asking na may future ba? Kasi yun yung laging tanong, may future ba? I would always say yes because I'm still here. And so far, nabuhay naman ako at saka ng mga ang lifestyle ko. So, it's working. The only thing that I always highlight is that freelancing is not for everyone because we have uh, different ways of learning, different ways of adapting. May mga iba na okay lang sa kanila mag-work from home, yung iba naman hindi kaya pag wala silang kasama, wala silang nakakausap. So, freelancing is not for everyone. But if you invest on it, you give time, it will work and it's all worth it. Okay. So fast forward to today, I already worked as a medical virtual assistant in a pedia clinic in Arizona. And then in a mental and behavioral healthcare clinic sa North Carolina. And I realized na with the medical industry, I can work offline or on-site, which is a win-win. So sabi ko, if ever one of these days I would migrate to US and mahirapan man ako maghanap ng, medical position or nursing position in a company, I can still apply for a job, behind the desk because the medical industry or HVA industry is actually growing. Same sa shinare ni Miss Bless. Okay? So, here, let's get started. Ayan. So, earlier I asked if you're unemployed nurse. I know it's frustrating kasi dito sa Philippines, I actually don't understand. I tried kasi before you can migrate and get a job in other country, you have to have at least 1 to 2 years bedside experience. So I tried applying sa mga government hospitals and then I realized na it's so difficult to get in. I even said kahit ano tawag dito, kahit um mag-volunteer na lang ako kahit hindi ako sahuran. I just want to have that experience, to get the experience, work for 2 years because kailangan siya sa hospital. What I don't understand is that a lot of people are complaining that our hospitals are understaffed, but there are a lot of nurses na unemployed. What are we doing with the number of unemployed nurses? Wala, nakatambay lang, 'di ba? So perfect talaga dumating yung medical VA. Imagine you invested years in your education, but local nursing jobs are either scarce or paying much less than you deserve. 'Di ba? Minsan stress na stress ka sa work kasi 1:20, 1:30, worse is 1:50. 'Di ba? Pagod na pagod ka. Yung salary mo working as a nurse in the Philippines, kulang pa siya sa pampagamot ng mga nafi-feel mo ng mga stress, right? So, here, medical VA work lets you earn at least when I started with the agency, the first rate that was offered to me is $6 per hour. But in other agency naman, they offer you 7 and 8. If you go directly to clients, normally it can get higher. Okay? So if you're a nursing student naman who had stopped because of financial constraints, this will be a good opportunity for you to earn because you already have the medical background. Okay, so hindi yun siya sayang. You already have the medical background. It's just that you haven't graduated yet. Okay, so you can actually earn starting at $7 per hour with flexible hours that work around your schedule. Kasi some companies naman offer part-time and full-time. Part-time is 4 hours. Okay, full-time is 8 hours. And the clinics in the US usually operates from 8 to 5. Sometimes meron mga gabi. It depends on the clinic. Pero normally, from my experience, 8 to 5 yung mga clinics schedule nila. Okay? Now, if you're already a freelancer, normally, yung mga freelancing rates, if you're a general VA, di ba, nagsastart siya, meron pa rin nag-o-offer ng $3, guys. Pero what I do know, as much as possible, we are trying to raise the bar na whether you're a beginner, or even if you're a beginner, the rate should start at 5 or 6. Wala nang $3, $2 ngayon. Okay? So, medical VA work can literally double or triple your income while you are giving a clear career advance path. But disclaimer lang, hindi ibig sabihin na nakapag-train ka, let's say you enrolled in a medical VA training, is that when you apply, eto na agad yung salary mo. Meron yan siyang ladder. Okay, there's growth depending on what your specialty is. Okay, so if you're looking for stability in your freelancing career, I would say that healthcare is what they call the recession proof. So people would always need medical care. AI can't replace the human touch. Although recently there was this tool that we use in our facility, Simple Practice. Dati kasi ang concern ng mga providers is yung scribing. Yung pag nag-uusap sila ng pasyente at saka ng doktor, meron taga-take ng notes. Now, they already have AI for that. However, AI is not perfect. They still need a VA for them to check if tama ba yung ginawang scribing ng AI. So there we some of them need the help of the AI, pero may VA pa rin kasi nga AI is not perfect. So yun nga yung sinasabi ko na recession proof siya. Okay? So now let's see. What's our next slide? Okay. So by the end of this session, you will have a complete understanding or roadmap to launch your medical career. You'll know exactly kung ano yung mga companies or saan mga companies kayo mag-check ng mga job opportunities or open position, what to expect in the training, realistic salary expectations, and based on the market data. I'll also show you the specific job opportunities available kasi minsan guys, ranas ko din to siya, 'di ba? May mga nababasa tayong na mga terms sa mga job posts na hindi natin maintindihan, pero if you dig deeper, ay, alam ko na pala 'to. Okay, kaya ko pala 'to siyang gawin. Iba lang yung description. So, yun, I will be discussing to you that, and then ano yung mga skills na meron na kayo na pwede ninyong gawing puhunan for you to start your HVA career. Okay, so save your questions muna because maybe some of your questions will be answered during the discussion. So here's what makes this opportunity perfect for you. Okay, so if you're a nurse or a nursing student, you already have an advantage because American healthcare companies don't just hire any virtual assistant. Okay, meron silang mga specific majority of US companies, they seek out Filipino nurses because specific Filipino nurses because number one, you already understand medical terminology, procedures, patient care. Okay, importante 'yan. Kasi hindi na masyado mahaba yung aaralin mo kasi you already study that in your school. Okay? Your nursing background, undergrad na nursing student ka, okay, means that you can already skip yung mga basic medical training and then just jump right into uh, the job or the position. So, even if you're not a nurse, may advantage pa rin yung mga Filipinos. Okay? And let's see if you agree with me. Number one, Filipinos, English is our constitutional language. Bata pa lang tayo kahit Bisaya ka, Tagalog, um, ano tawag dito, Batanggenyo, 'di ba? Bata pa lang tayo, ang tinatanong sa atin ng mga parents natin, what's your name? 'Di ba? How old are you? English na tayo agad. Okay? So, number one source for medical VAs globally are from the Philippines because we have a natural cultural affinity for patient care and service. No matter where you go in other countries, a lot of, foreigners will say na iba mag-alaga ang Filipino, especially sa healthcare. Do you agree? Iba yung patience and understanding na meron ang mga Pinoy. Okay? Do you agree ba, guys? Please type agree if the statement is true. Okay, agree. So yan, isa na yan sa mga advantages natin as Filipinos, okay? They need skilled Filipinos to support their expansion right now. And they recognize that Filipinos are the best in the world at healthcare support. That's the reason why sometimes guys, pag meron akong na-encounter na mga toxic Filipinos sa mga workspace, I feel sad. Okay? If there's one thing that I want you guys to take note, no matter where you go, kung saan man kayo mapadpad, and if ever you work with a client or a foreign client, you always do your best. Because number one, hindi lang ikaw yung magba-benefit yun. It reflects our culture, right? Kasi may nangyayari kasi, 'di ba? May mga nababalitaan ako sa Reddit na may isang Filipino VA na naman ang gumawa ng kasalanan, damay na naman lahat ang mga Filipinos. Okay? So may mga ganyan na mga debate. So always make sure that when you work, you always have to carry with you the Filipino flag. Now, this is not just for me, but it will also reflect the country where I came from, which is the Philippines. So, lagi natin itaas yung bandera ng mga Filipinos. Okay? Now, here, the telehealth or another word for telehealth is telemedicine. So, same lang yan sila. Okay? The market is absolutely exploding based on the data that you can see in the on the screen. We're looking at the growth from $161 billion in 2024, and it is projected to $791 billion by 2032. So there's a 22.9% annual growth rate, which is super lucky. Okay? Today, LinkedIn alone, okay, has 281 plus medical VA job openings. So later, I will also give you information as to where you can find yung mga medical VA job openings. And for those who are asking, paano yan? Wala kaming experience. Okay, there are some training centers who offer medical VA na trainings. Okay, so I will only share to you guys yung mga na-try ko. Okay, na-try ko na I think would also help you jumpstart your HVA career. So this is a recession-proof industry regardless kung ano man yung condition ng economy, right? People will always need healthcare. Madami ang tumatanda. Lalo na ngayon, marami nagkakasakit, right? Now, before we dive into a specific medical VA roles, I want you to check, okay, what are the basic skills na meron kayo? Kasi imposibleng wala. Meron at meron talaga. If you can answer your phones professionally, you're very good at, um, entertaining clients via phone, then this one is for you. If you're good at typing fast and accurately, let's say nasa 80 to 100 words per minute kayo, perfecto sa inyo. You can speak clear English. You know how to navigate websites and use online tools. You are good in sending emails and have a knowledge in basic computer programs. You know how to manage calendars, schedules, provide good customer service overall. Then this one is for you. Okay? So lahat naman tayo meron, 'di ba? Kasi I've seen earlier na may mga experienced VAs din naman here. Okay? So if lahat naman ito or most of them are checked, you already have the foundation. Okay? Now, meron nagtatanong if ano yung mga different available positions. Okay? Na pwede ninyong applyan as an HVA. Okay. So here for the entry level, okay, we have, I will also show or explain to you kung ano yung mga day-to-day na mga tasks or roles so that you can decide, saan muna ako mag-start. Okay? So number one, we have medical receptionist. Okay? Just the basic task that a receptionist is doing is except in the medical field. So you will be answering phones, mag-schedule kayo ng appointment, reschedule appointment, cancel appointment, register new patients, mag interview kayo kung ano yung reason kung bakit set sila ng appointment, i-collect nyo yon, and then you are going to input their data into the system. Then, once they are already booked, you will be sending them text messages or calling the patient, reminding them that they have an appointment, and collect basic insurance information. Okay? So, doon kasi sa states, majority or sa US, they use their insurances. Bihira lang sa kanila yung out of pocket or pag sinasabi nilang out of pocket, yung magbabayad sila cash, not using their insurance. Okay? Next, which is the insurance verification. You will be verifying the patient coverage, whether their insurance is commercial, Medicare, or Medicaid plans. Ang gagawin mo is you're going to call the companies and then get the detailed benefit information. For example, they visited the clinic because yearly medical checkup sila. Covered ba yun ng insurance nila or magbabayad? So, every time before mag-visit ang mga patients sa clinic, dapat na-check nyo na yung insurance nila because what will happen is that if it's not covered by their insurance tapos ayaw magbayad ng out of pocket yung mga patient, then the facility will lose money. So any procedures, any appointment before sila pumunta, dapat naka-check na yan sila lahat. Okay? But don't worry kasi ituturo din naman sa inyo kung paano kayo mag-check ng insurances. Okay? So, wag na muna kayo mag-focus sa mga terms because you will learn that when they are going to train you. So, this one is very important if you plan to apply as an insurance verification VA. You have to know what deductibles are, co-pays, coverage limits, and then update it in their EMR system. Later on, I will be discussing some of the words here na hindi kayo familiar. So these are the perfect starting positions where companies will train you completely. Pero ako, nung beginner ako, tawag dito, inikot ako sa lahat, which I am thankful. You know what? I never say no to any task as long as someone is teaching me. Kasi advantage nyo na yun guys eh. You are being trained at the same time paid kayo. Okay? So, gather as many knowledge and skills that you have while at your work kasi that's an investment sa sarili mo. Kahit pa nahirapan ka, note ka lang ng note. Okay? Kahit ano pa yan, magno-note ka lang. Okay? Next is, wait, tanggalin natin muna to siya dyan. Okay? So let's say you are already confident with the knowledge and skills that you gain, let's say from, 6 months ka na, you can advance to a mid-level roles, okay, such as PA or prior authorization. Dito naman, what you're going to do is that you will be submitting treatment approval request to insurances. Kasi ang gagawin ng provider, magche-check sila ng patient, meron siyang procedure. or mga gamot na i-request. Doon kasi sa US, guys, since gamit na gamit sa kanila yung mga insurances, may mga procedures at mga gamot na kailangan mo pang i-check sa insurance company. Kasi pwede naman nilang sabihin na, oh, bakit ito yung procedure na isa-suggest mo? Ano yung reason? Kailangan mo pa siyang, ah, kumbaga sa thesis, i-defend. Kailangan pa i-explain ng doctor kung bakit yun ang ni-request niya or sasabihin nila, ay, hindi siya covered ng insurance. Okay? So, ang gagawin mo, magsasend ka ng prior authorization na record, tapos i-check yun if um, accepted ba siya ng insurance. So, ang gagawin mo is i-observe mo or itatrack mo kung the insurance company will approve or deny. Okay? So, yun yung gagawin mo, magta-track ka. Pag sinabi nilang, o dininay siya, i-check mo, ano yung reason for the denial? O kulang pala ng documentation or meron silang hinihingi na documents. So, ang gagawin mo is to collect all those documents tapos sasabit mo na naman siya ulit. So, that's your job as a prior authorization VA. Next, we also have medical billing assistant. Actually, bago lang ako nag-undergo ng training, medical billing and coding. Okay? So, as a medical billing assistant, you'll prepare and review medical claims. Ayan. Using the ICD-10 diagnosis codes or yung tinatawag nilang CPT procedural codes. Doon kasi guys, sa US, they use codes. For example, meron silang diagnosis as pneumonia. May specific code ang pneumonia. Let's say may TB, may specific code ang TB. Pag nag-request sila ng procedure, let's say ultrasound, meron din silang specific code for that. So they use codes and your job as a medical billing assistant to check if the codes are correct. Kasi if not, magkakaroon kayo ng problema. Okay? So, magsasubmit yung mga claims electronically to insurance company tapos magfa-follow up yung gagawin nyo. So, mostly, magta-track lang kayo tapos i-check ninyo ano yung reason kung bakit denied. Tapos, kung may kulang na document, sasubmit ninyo or i-complete ninyo. So, ganun siya. Okay? So, here, those are some of para meron lang kayong idea. Okay? Now, the most exciting roles comes after 1 to 2 years of experience. Okay? Pero guys, sa experience ko, during that time, hindi namin siya ina-identify na entry level, intermediate level, or expert na level. Dinaanan namin siya lahat. Especially if you are managed by an agency. Kasi, pag sa agency kasi, dapat all around ka. Like just in case, we need someone to verify the insurance. So they prepare you in every task para go lang ng go, accept nang lang accept, 'di ba? For me, I find it actually good kasi advantage na yun sa part mo na let's say kulang sila ng manpower o kailangan natin ng receptionist today. Pwede kang isa lang. Or let's say meron kaming kailangan i-process, i-verify ng insurance. Alam to niya gawin. So, pwede ka ipasa-pasa. So, that's actually um, good. Okay? So, for me, it's an advantage kasi when I started, even if I am a beginner, I experienced how to do medical scribe. Pero during that time, hindi talaga siya guys para sa akin kasi medyo bingi ako. Lalo na if may accent yung provider. 'Di ba? Meron ba dito nahirap sa mga accent sa provider? You can actually be honest to your provider like I'm having a hard time with this task. So iwasan ko muna yung scribing or may mga times 'di ba na ay hindi ako keyboard warrior. So, pwede hindi ako muna dyan sa position na yan kasi nahirapan ako mag-type ng mabilis. And that's why in the agency, they test you. It can be improved, right? Isa sa mga tinetest nila na skill sa'yo is yung word per minute. Alam naman natin yan, di ba? Kung general VA ka, they always require you to practice typing fast. Pero ako, weakness ko siya before, yung mga calls, kasi nga, may mga makakausap ka na mahirap talaga yung accent. So, pero now, it's good because there's an AI na for that. And providers normally prefer yung mga AI kasi in their side naman, medyo nahirapan sila kasi sa dami-dami ba naman na patients na chine-check nila, they have to type everything. With AI, all they have to do is after they record the conversation, the AI will do its prompt na, 'di ba? Ibibigay niya na ganun kung ano yung kukan. I-check na lang, double check mo na lang, ito medyo mali yung spelling, medyo mali yung dose. So, check mo na lang, double check. Okay? Next is, hindi pa ako nakarating sa clinical coordinator. So, normally for clinical coordinator, you are going to manage patient care coordination between multiple providers. Okay? Now, next, we have mga terms. Okay. So, eto naman yung mga terms na you have to look out for so that meron na kayong idea. What I do, guys, if may mga terms ako na hindi ko naiintindihan, si Google talaga yung best friend ko. What is prior authorization? Another word for PA kasi may mga ganun sila may mga ibang terms sila. So, dapat alam mo yun para when you attend trainings or when isasalang ka sa mga trainings, meron ka ng idea. Okay? So, here, insurance and authorization terms, we have prior authorization or PA, ibig sabihin, before. Okay? Pre pre-approval needed before certain treatments or procedures. EOB, explanation of benefits documents. Claims are medical bills submitted to insurance. When insurance refuses to pay, that's a denial. Okay? And you'll help find appeals to overturn them. Same sa inexplain ko kanina na ang mga denials, i-check mo kung ano yung reason na dineny. You need to inform the provider na they suggested a more generic na medication instead of the branded ba yung binigay ni client, or we don't see that there's a need to do this procedure. So maybe another procedure ang mas needed. So yun ang ifa-follow up mo or i-rely mo doon sa provider. Okay? Next, you work with medical systems and technology. We have the EMR, which means electronic medical records. So, yung mga medical records natin sa papel, 'di ba? So, eto nasa computer, okay? These are digital patient files you will be accessing daily. We also have EHR, electronic health records, more comprehensive health data, that is HIPAA or Patient Privacy Law. Nasa next slide yan siya. Then we'll have CPT codes. Yung CPT codes, guys, meron iba na kinakabahan. Paano hindi ko alam yung CPT codes? You don't need to memorize them. Different different facilities, different setup. May mga ibang facilities na kukunti lang yung mga CPT codes na kailangan mong e-learn by heart. But as you go on with your job, mamememorize mo naman yung mga codes na yan. Okay? During my time, yung first experience ko, since yung facility na yun is marami, so may mga website naman kayo na pwede nyong tignan or i-double check yung mga CPT codes and ICD-10 codes for the diagnosis. And you will also learn what are the different types of insurances. So here they have commercial plans, and then lagi nyong maririnig ito si Aetna or Blue Cross or BCBS, Blue Cross Blue Shield, United Health. Ayan, we have Medicare. These are insurances for seniors 65 and older. Meron din tayong mga Medicaid for lower income individuals and families. And insurance for workers' compensation. Ito yung mga insurances binibigay for job-related injuries. Okay? Madali lang to. Actually, madali sa akin ang insurance verification yung receptionist kasi phone calls. And then, at first, very intimidating tignan yung mga EHR nila, pero madali lang siya i-navigate. Kahit pa sabihin natin, iba kasi yung EHR ng client ko before, iba yung pinactice ko, tapos iba yung ano tawag dito sa client. Ang importante lang dyan guys is alam nyo paano hanapin yung client chart. Tapos minsan yung mga client, meron yan silang mga patient code. Gagamitin nyo ba yung patient code or name ng client or date of birth? Usually, apelido and date of birth. Basta makita nyo lang yung search bar, calendar, madali lang talaga siyang i-navigate. Mukha lang siyang mahirap pero madali na siya as you go on. Kasi ganun din yung mentality ko. Sabi ko makaka-survive kaya ako nito kasi it's different from what I'm used to. Kasi we're comfortable already with the tools that we are using before with just the general VA task. Pero in medical naman, as long as you're willing to learn, madali na lang talaga siyang i-navigate. Okay? Next, healthcare workflow terms. Okay? Provider means the healthcare professional you're supporting. Doctors, and then we also have the NPs or nurse practitioners. Referrals are when doctors send patients to specialists. Sa US kasi guys, before you can be referred to another specialist, for example, sa pedya ako assign, right? Clinic. And then sabi nung pedya, etong batang to, kailangan natin siyang i-refer into a behavioral therapies. So refer natin to siya to another facility. Kasi doon i-check kung meron ba talaga siyang ADHD, ano pa ba? Um, yung mga behavioral problems kasi doon problema sa kanila guys yung kahit malaki na yung bata tapos nawiwiwi pa sila at their age sinesend sila sa mga behavioral clinics for assessment so may mga ganun tapos before ka ma-refer they have to get a referral from the provider. Unlike dito sa Pilipinas, right? Sasabihin lang, oh, kailangan mong pumunta sa isang specialista, let's say for your eyes. Pupunta ka doon diretso. Doon sa kanila, meron silang system. They send out a request and then i-check ng facility if i-accept kanila. If i-accept kanila, they will inform the provider and then inform the patient na, oh, pwede ka nang pumunta doon sa facility na yun. Okay, so ganun yung flow nila. Okay? Next, encounters. Okay? Pag narinig niya yung term na encounters, these are patient visits. Okay? Patient visits. Kailan ang last encounter? When was the last encounter of this patient? Ibig sabihin, kailan yung last check-up niya? Kailan yung last visit niya dito sa clinic? That's encounter. Is it in person or virtual or telehealth? Kasi meron silang ganun na, okay, since follow-up lang naman, telehealth na lang tayo or via Google Meet. Ganon. So these are some of the terms that will become second nature to you after just a few weeks of your training. And it's important that you know them because it's a really big help para hindi kayo naguguluhan. You know exactly what they're talking about. So again, no worry about memorizing everything for now because company will teach you step by step. If you're a beginner, I suggest you go for agencies because ituturo nila sa'yo lahat-lahat. You don't have to figure things out on your own. However, if you work also with agency, meron talagang difference sa rate. Okay? So do not expect na, ay gusto ko mag-HVA kasi sabi nila malaki daw yung bigayan ng rate sa HVA. So it depends on your knowledge, your skills, right? May mga times like me, ako kasi ang type na VA when I'm not familiar with an industry or the position, naghahanap ako ng mga trainings. Nag-i-invest ako sa mga paid trainings because pag sinala na ako, it will be easier for me to adapt kesa yung nandun ako. There's nothing wrong with that actually. Pero I'm the type of learner na gusto ko mabilis yung ano tawag dito, yung pacing ko. Pag once nandun na ako, madali akong maka-catch up. Okay? So, next, ang million-dollar question. Can I really do this without medical background? So earlier, I emphasized those sa mga may nursing background. Okay? So, yes, you don't need to be a nurse or have a medical training. I mean, you don't need to be a nurse para makapag-apply in an HVA position. Companies will still hire you, pero you have to start from the beginning. Kasi ang dami mong kailangan i-learn, especially medical terms. Yung medical terms naman, guys, as long as you are familiar. Kasi for example, sa surgery ka. So, mostly sa mga surgery, ang kailangan mong pag-aralan is yung mga procedures. So, eventually you get to learn that. For example, if mapunta ka naman sa mental and behavioral industry, what are the things that you have to take note? Ano yung mga tests? Okay? Ano yung mga tests na ginagawa nila for kids? Let's say, pag sa mga pedya ka naman, so ano yung mga normal reasons for their visit? Ubo, sipon, fever, pneumonia, sa mga kids or mga injuries, or mga vaccines. So, you will be learning a lot in different industry and situations. So no need to know everything, as long as alam niyo yung mga procedures, mga terms, you will actually learn while you're there. Okay? So hindi kailangan i-pressure yourself, kailangan kong matuto lahat. Okay? Maybe you're worried, what if you don't understand medical terms? Am I qualified enough? Okay. So the answer is yes. Okay. You can do this without medical background, as long as one, you're teachable. Okay. You're willing to learn and matyaga kayo mag-study. Lagi nilang tinatanong sa akin, mahirap po ba? Wala namang mahirap na trabaho. Tama? I always tell my students na when you're having a hard time, it means to say you are learning. Kasi you're trying to push all the information into your brain to the point na nasa stress ka na. But then it only means that you are learning. Okay? Minsan nga natatakot ako pag sinasabi ko, masyado kong relax. Masyado kong relax. 'Di ba? Parang wala na ba akong kailangan matutunan, or maybe because may na-miss ako, nagdududa pa ako pag medyo relax ako. Pero gustong-gusto ko yung busy ako, parang may natutunan ako, ganun pala yun. So, mas gusto ko yung feeling na lagi akong may bagong natututunan or nadidiscover. Okay? Now, here, let me share with you a success story. Kinuha ko lang to siya sa isang website kasi na chine-check ko. Kasi so far, yung mga experience ko naman, yung mga nakasabayan ko, puro may mga medical background. Kasi this is what you have to put in mind. Okay? When you apply in an agency, of course, agencies will prioritize VAs with medical backgrounds. But there are times na yung mga kasabayan ko na from BPO industry sila, they don't have medical background, but because they're very good during the training, after 3 days or 4 days lang ata ng training namin, hired na sila ng client. Ako, I got hired after 7 days. Ang training kasi namin, I train sa VELP Staffing Solution. That's the first company na I work. And ang training was 2 weeks. And before I applied sa VELP, meron na akong prior trainings with other paid classes. So I think that's also one of the advantage. So after 7 days, I was hired by a client already. Doon na yung sa Arizona. Okay? So example of Erica. So Erica, I got this from MedStar Philippines, the website. She started with no dental background, pero right now she is the main insurance coordinator of Dr. Alvin Alquino. Okay? Etong si MedStar Philippines, guys, it is a website wherein they're hiring Filipino VAs or HVAs for their clients sa US. Okay? So her employer says their company wouldn't have experienced growth without her support. So kung kailangan nyo guys ng evidence na baka sinabi mo lang na pwede din ang mga no medical background. So Erica is the proof. Disclaimer lang, not to put your expectation that high, na meron talaga sa mga agency that they prio or mas pina-prioritize nila yung with medical background. Kasi madali na lang for them to adapt. Okay? So, wag mawalan ng, ano tawag dito, wag mawalan ng pag-asa because the hiring are continuous. Okay? Now, if, like what I've said earlier, if you're a licensed nurse, your background is your golden ticket. Okay? You can easily skip some of the trainings because of your background. Okay? So, yun yung sinasabi ko sa inyo. Okay? Now, whatever your background is, pwedeng-pwede kay HVA. So don't worry, most companies provide 2 to 4 weeks of free comprehensive training covering medical technology, medical terminologies na courses, HIPAA compliance certification. Ito ang pinaka-importante na certification. Hindi kayo pwede mag-work as an HVA without the HIPAA certification. Okay? And then they will also train you with EMR systems and ongoing mentorship. Mentor, may problema ako, hindi ko alam kung paano to siya i-navigate. May magtuturo sa'yo. That's the reason why if you're a beginner, I always suggest na even if the rate is lower than you expected, pero it saves you time to get stressed kasi meron kang ka-call a friend. Meron magpa-process ng mga application mo for you. Sasabihan ka na lang ni agency, oh, a client likes your profile. She wants you to start this and that. Mas madali mag-start with agency. You will learn so many things when you are under an agency. Okay? Kumbaga, stress-free. Okay? Now, why do you need to get certified? What is HIPAA? HIPAA stands for Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. So it is ano yung term? It is a federal law that protects the patient health information. So if you handle any medical records, insurance forms, um, patient data, nag-a-apply si HIPAA sa inyo. You should take this seriously, guys. Okay? Number one, when you have the HIPAA certification, it protects you and also the facility. It proves that you know the rules. And then hindi mo pwedeng sabihin, ay sorry, hindi ko alam yan. Hindi ako aware dyan. Hindi mo yan pwede sabihin. It makes you more hireable. Employers wants certified staff. It protects your career, shows that you comply seriously, and it reduces liability. Now, what I like about the US setup, guys, compared dito sa Philippines, sa setup nila doon, for example, tumawag, hi, I would like to follow up the medical records that I requested for the patient, let's say, patient Greca. Okay, may I know who's calling? What is your relationship to the patient? Pag sinabi niya, let's say, I'm the aunt. Okay, i-check yan ng VA. Hindi mo yan siya pwede basta-bastang ibigay. I-check yan ng VA kung nasa system ba si aunt. May I know your name and your date of birth? Pag nakalagay doon sa system na walang nakalagay na aunt, we cannot release any information or documents to that person because she was not authorized. Kahit pa sabihin mong parents, 'di ba? Naghiwalay sila, divorced. Tatanungin mo kung sino yung legal guardian. Kahit pa siya yung tatay, siya yung nanay, pag hindi siya ang nakalista na legal guardian, tapos binigay mo yung document, that will go back to you. You will be penalized. Sometimes we ask them, "Oh, may I know? Do you know any password or parang code to prove that you are one of the ano tawag dito authorized person to see the medical records of this patient?" Meron silang code. Nilalagay namin yun siya sa system. Pag sinabi niya, the code is I am beautiful. Okay, pwede mo ibigay kasi yun nakalagay na ano tawag dito code. kahit pa minsan nagkukwento sila, I have the parent here beside me, can you talk to her? Pero pag walang nakalagay instructions doon, sasabihin lang namin, what I want you to do, since you're not in the system, you're not in the system as the authorized person to receive the patient's, let's say, medical records or magbasa ng results, come to the office or let the parent, legal guardian, um, submit a form stating that this person, name, date of birth, has the authority to receive results, get medical information, process the, yung medicine. That's very strict. Very strict talaga sila doon. That's the reason why you have HIPAA. Sa HIPAA ninyo, malalaman kung ano yung mga do's and don'ts. And also guys, when communicating, bawal siyang yung mga records, like for example, magpa-follow up ka kay client, meron talagang specific na communication tool na gagamitin ninyo na HIPAA certified. Let's say Google Chat or Gmail. Yan, HIPAA certified sila. Meron naman iba na gumagamit talaga sila ng specific tool to call na HIPAA certified din. So, hindi ka pwede mag-screenshot tapos papasa mo, let's say sa Viber or pasa mo sa Messenger. That's violating HIPAA. Okay? So, doon nyo sa HIPAA malalaman yung mga do's and don'ts. So, you have to take this seriously. Ma'am, free po ba ito? So, if you're working in an agency, they provide it to you for free. But, if you are already, let's say, ayoko na mag-agency, gusto ko direct, meron naman akong experience. Let's say, nag-under ako ng training from a center I saw on Facebook. Then, there's this website that you can go. Hanapin ko siguro. Tapos, yeah, sorry guys, I forgot to save that. Pero, nasa mga $36 ata siya. I will share it to you. Maybe later, kumahanap ko siya ng mabilisan. Kasi puro chismis yung natatrack ko dito sa messenger ko. But I remember I sent it to someone who asked me na if I know a website that she can take the test for HIPAA and get certified. So, nasa mga $36 siya, guys. So, if you're really serious with working, ayan, as an HVA, you have to have the HIPAA training and the certificate. Wait lang. Saan ko siya isa-send, Miss Glenn? Or send ko na lang sa'yo, Miss Glenn? Tapos ikaw na lang mag-send sa chat sa Zoom. Ayan. I sent it via Messenger. You can visit this website. Kasi medyo naguguluhan ako sa chat dito sa Zoom. Ang nakikita ko lang question and answer. Oh, ayun. Host and panelists, everyone. Ayun. Okay, there. I sent you the website link where you can check out yung HIPAA training and certificate. Okay. Next is, okay, here are some of the popular companies or agency that you can check. I'm only familiar with Hello Rage, My Mountain Movers, Velp. Actually, I can recommend Velp not because meron akong commission on all. Wala akong commission, guys, sa mga companies na to. Pero, based on experience and based from the other companies na I applied, I can vouch for Velp because they have good staff, very accommodating, they support you, and very, very magaan yung training. Okay? So, Velp Staffing Solution. Let's see. Search ko nga. Velp. This is based on my experience, guys, ha? Disclaimer lang, do your own research. Okay? Where can you search for reviews aside from the website or Glassdoor? Go to Reddit. Sino dito may Reddit, guys? Or sino dito nakaabang sa Reddit? Mas okay yung mga feedback doon kasi naka-anonymous naman yung mga tao, 'di ba? So, free sila mag-share ng mga reviews nila on Reddit. Okay? So that's Velp. My mountain movers, based on the feedback from some of the people I know who are working in my mountain movers, very supportive din ang mga staff nila. Tapos, okay and smooth ang application process. For Hello Rach, that's the first company actually kung saan ako nag-apply. Pero hindi ko lang nakaya yung 2 months na training without lahat ng trainings na under ko guys ha with the agencies, wala silang bayad. Pero ang pinakamatagal was Hello Rach. Kasi 2 months siya, then every week meron kang level na ipapasa. So for example, they will train you with scribing, telephone calls. Pag hindi ka nakapasa doon, babalik ka. So, if you're the type of person na you don't want that long process, then Hello Rach is not for you. Pero I've heard naman good feedback. So far, since isa pa lang naman yung na-experience ko, compared to the rate, Hello Rach offers like $7 starting rate. For the Velp naman is $6 per hour. Okay? So yun. For the rest sa Medva, I tried applying pero during that time there were only pooling applicants pero walang nangyari sa application kasi parang wala pang available. Kasi most agency guys, what they do during my time, pag may demand, they will train batches. Tapos, hanggang sa hindi na uubos yung mga batch na yun na ma-hire, they will not get more applicants. Uubusin muna nila yon. Dapat magkaroon muna sila ng mga clients before they train another batch. Okay? So I don't know about yung other or recently kasi yung nakuha ko na client, I was actually referred. Hindi na ako nag-apply in the agency. So referral na lang siya. Okay? So you can search that. Here, MedStar. Wait, I'll send you also MedStar Philippines. Ito naman si MedStar Healthcare Information Management. HVA. Actually, na-save ko na siya. Kasi iba siya here. Virtual mental health assistant. Ayan, you can check out. Nakikita niyo po ba yung mga links na sinesend ko sa chat? Tama ba yung sinesend ko sa chat? Can you do a thumbs up, guys, if nakikita nyo? Okay, that's good. And then, Virmedi. Let's see, itong Virmedi. You can also join different Facebook groups to check ano yung mga companies na laging may good feedback or good review from other HVAs. And for agency din guys, sometimes nag-offer din sila ng mga free insurances. Like for example, if you get hired after 6 months of working for them, meron kayong free insurance kasama yun sa mga benefits nila. So, iba-iba. Now, for those who are asking, saan kayo po nag-avail ng paid training for you to learn ano yung mga VA roles? Disclaimer again, this is not sponsored. I will not get commission from this company, but I am recommending this or suggesting because nag-train ako under them. So VAs of the future, they are going to, they offer different courses from appointment setter to insurance verification, referral, parang almost lahat ng roles ng HVA ino-offer nila. Kay Premier naman, eto, kasi marami nagsasabi, according to them, ang pinakamahirap daw pero malaki yung rate na binibigay is if you're in the medical billing. na position. So sabi ko, try ko nga mag-upgrade kasi dito you will follow up yung mga medical billings, dito napapasok yung mga codes. So parang naging interested ako kasi sa isip ko, okay, I already know the basic task for a general healthcare virtual assistant. Gusto ko lang malaman kung anong ginagawa ng mga HVA in the medical billing. So, the mentor Jackie is actually very approachable. I like the way she teaches. Tapos, pag may mga client na naghahanap ng mga VAs, pinapasa niya, apply kayo dito. And then, the good thing or yung pinaka-advantage na gusto ko sa kanila is that they offer shadowing. 'Di ba sometimes may mga learners like ako, I'm a kinesthetic learner. Sometimes hindi sa akin enough yung nakikita ko lang sa screen. So yun yung parang advantage nila kasi they offer shadowing. So kumbaga another payment din naman yon na they are going to ask you to do the task hands-on. Parang wala pa naman silang virtual. Ang alam ko, nagpo-post sila ng mga location. For example, people from Quezon City, if you're interested to attend the shadowing training, ito yung date. Last time hindi ako nakakasama na mas malapit sa akin, which is Davao. Kasi I'm actually like 5 hours away from Davao. Gusto ko sana, kaso nga lang, medyo busy pa ako that time. So, yun yung isa sa mga advantage kasi you get to apply the knowledge that you learn and you can do it hands-on. So, yun yung advantage for me under Premier Medical Billing Academy. So, here I'll send you also VAs of the Future. Ito yung first na paid training na inatenan ko, VAs of the Future. Diyan ako natuto lahat, basic. Kaya mas madali na lang for me when I applied in the agency, especially interview. 'Di ba? Kasi sa isip ko, ano kaya yung sasagot ko? Wala naman ako alam. That's the reason also, one of the reason also why I enroll in a paid training kasi I want to know anong ba yung mga possible questions. Siyempre gusto natin pumasa, 'di ba? So, sigurista ako. Nag-enroll ako. Okay? Next naman is si Premier Medical Billing and Coding ang tinuturo nila. So, dito kayo pwede. Okay? So, you can check those Facebook pages. And yeah, that's it for today's webinar. And I hope na may spark na naganap while you are listening to this webinar. And I hope that for those unemployed nurses na medyo nag-lose ng hope because they think na parang sayang saan mapupunta yung license ko kasi ganun din naman yung mentality ko dati, 'di ba? Parang sayang yung license ko, hindi ko siya ma-apply, and then boom, there's HVA. So I hope that nabuhayan kayo, nabigyan kayo ng hope that as long as matyaga po kayo mag-aral, matyaga po kayo maghanap, mag-research, meron at meron para sa inyo. Okay, Miss Glenna?
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Raquel. So guys, hindi pa naman tapos at di pa naman tayo iwan ni Miss Raquel dahil meron pa tayong Q&A portion. But for now, let's do the water break, CR break. And that is the cue for us to have our webinar game. Alright. So, mabalik tayo sa ating regular programming with our speaker, Miss Raquel. So, guys, kung meron kayong questions dyan na itinatagay during the discussion with Miss Raquel, you have to type it here na sa Q&A para ma-browse na ni Miss Raquel and masagot na nila tayo.
Okay, may nagtanong dito kung meron bang graveyard na shift. Yan din yung tanong ko kasi nakatry na ako ng graveyard. Except lang lately sa North Carolina, pag 8 a.m. doon, 8 p.m. sa atin. So, parang yung duty mo lang is 8 p.m. to 5 or 4 ba? a.m. So, normally puro graveyard. So, what you'll have to do is look for a country na hindi masyadong malaki or mahaba. Sorry guys, naubusan ako ng Tagalog. Bisaya kasi kami
Yes.
from Mindanao. So, mahaba or malaki yung time difference. So, medyo nahihirapan akong i-describe siya kung mahaba or malaki. Basta yun na yun. Look for a country na hindi masyadong malaki yung agwat or malaki yung difference sa time. Or look for tasks na you can just submit at the end of the day. Yun din yung mga hinahanap ko because I also talk to some of my friends na matagal na sa industry na they have part-time jobs and yung part-time jobs nila is yung insurance verification. For example, 'di ba nag-appointment na yung mga patient. Let's say 2 days or 3 days before ng appointment nila, chine-check na yung insurances nila. So they can do it offline. So all they have to do is before yung appointment ng mga patients na yun, you already submit the result kung ano yung mga status ng mga insurances, kung active ba, covered ba. So those types of tasks can be actually done. Pero it depends sa facilities. May mga facilities kasi na they want you to, let's say, really clock in, clock out. Meron naman, let's say, oh, mag-insurance verification ka. So, ang gagawin mo is you verify at least 50 insurances. Tapos, ito yung rate mo. Or within 4 hours of your time, ito na yung mga tasks na na-accomplish mo. So, may mga ganun. Pero, I have no idea yet because I haven't experienced that. But, I heard from a lot of people na yun yung mga part-time nila. Kasi pumunta ako sa Reddit. Kasi there was a time na hindi talaga kaya ng katawan ko. Kasi I have toddlers. Like, okay lang sa mga walang mga kids. Pero ang medyo challenging kasi sa part ko when you have toddlers is that when you want to sleep, you can't. Kasi magulo sila, maingay, tatalunan ka, so hindi kompleto yung tulog mo. So I was actually looking for that and sa Reddit, yun yung mga sagot nila, insurance verification, yung mga hindi kailangan immediate yung result na ibibigay sa'yo. So yun. And then meron pa ba? For the fee for Premier, 5,000. Pero for VAs of the future, depending on the topic you want to enroll, parang nasa 700 or 600 sila per module ata. Parang 600, 700, 800 to 1,2. Ganon yung mga pricing range nila. So, go check their Facebook kasi I'm not sure kung nag-iba na ba yung mga pricing nila. And for those who are asking saan makakakuha ng mga client, for the agency, I already mentioned that, pero marami pa yan sa Google, but those are just some of the research I've done. And then, may available sa Upwork, LinkedIn, online jobs. Okay, sa Indeed. Ayun. Just the same websites that freelancers go and check for job opportunities. So far, yun lang naman yung mga questions and answered na. Ayan. So, good luck, guys. Okay, so at first lang siya mahirap, pero sabi ko nga, if you are matyaga, meron at meron din para sa inyo. One of the things na laging question, kasi I do trainings also, guys. We train um, people in the countryside. I'm part of the DICT project na Spark. Sa dati, ang tinatawag nila dyan is yung Rural Impact Sourcing Technical Training. Isa sa mga nakikita naming challenges kung bakit hindi nagtutuloy yung mga scholar or mga students to freelancing. Because number one, majority of us wants immediate earnings. Kasi si freelancing, guys, you will really invest time, patience, and you have to be passionate. Because if not, talagang mag-on and off ka sa kanya. Yung alam mo, gusto mo siya ngayon, pero kung mahirapan ka tapos hindi mo nakuha yung expectation mo, iba na naman yung pag-aaralan mo. Hanggang sa babalik ka na naman. Di ba? May mga ganyan. Meron ba dito, guys, yung parang love ko si freelancing ngayon tapos since hindi ko nakuha yung gusto ko, mag-iisip na naman ako ng bagong pagkakakitaan instead of, okay, I have to focus in freelancing, but while doing freelancing, meron akong side gig which gives me the money, 'di ba? The flow of money. But then I still continue investing my time, resources and learning about freelancing. Kasi worth it talaga siya, guys. But then it's not for everyone.
So, madami nang binigay na suggestions si Miss Raquel sa inyo. Hopefully, na-take note nyo yan, yung kung ano yung mga dapat ninyong gawin, saan kayo pupunta, ano yung mga steps to take. Alright, so guys, nga pala na-send ko na dito sa chat box yung link para sa ating attendance link. So, banggit ko sa may mga challenges sa pag-click ng link, just go to our social media page like the Facebook. So, send us a message, send us a proof na umattend kayo sa Medical VA webinar. And sama niyo na yung full name niyo and also the email address para maisama namin kayo sa di-distribute namin na free certificate. Okay? So guys, it's time for us to have a picture with our speaker. So, raise nyo lang yung hand nyo dito sa reaction button para isama namin kayo dito sa panel. And once you get here sa panel, paki-open na po yung camera para picture taking na tayo. And while we are doing that, send ko na din pala dito yung mga social media platforms namin. Ano-ano yun, Clarice?
We have Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Meron din tayong Facebook group. And of course, we're also active on LinkedIn.
Yes. May panawagan lang kami kapag may nag-direct na sa inyo sa Telegram, sabihin na meron kaming hinihinging pera. Basta when it comes to money na, nako, mag-isip na kayo kasi scam na po yun. We don't ask for money. Okay, nagbibigay po kami ng client sa inyo para magkaroon po kayo ng work as a freelancer. Alright, so yan, pasok mga suki. And also, ayan, sa mga nagtataas, may mga nagde-decline pa rin, okay? So, ilan pa ba?